Yeah, it's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Give it what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some more job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting forgotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control.
And we are live. Welcome everyone to the first Apollo Justice Ace Attorney live stream. It's time to get back into the courts. We ready? We ready to get back into the courtroom? Jaren, welcome to the stream, man. How's your Thursday been? Also, need those UFL bets. Well, I get all set. Pause that. Bring the in-game audio in. There we go. I think we're all good. Alright, so if you are new to the Ace Attorney games, we get to be lawyers. It's a good time. That's the main part of it. But for the trilogies, we go through each game, maybe take a kind of little break in between each one, just to, you know, palate cleanser. But we're going to go through each one in order. And I believe the order is just the way it's set up here. I think it's Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and then, what was the third one there? Spirit of Justice. I believe that's the order. I believe. The fact that Apollo Justice only has 4 chapters is surprising to me. And this dude looks like the cockiest Edgeworth cosplayer I've ever seen. Alright, let me get these bets in and we'll get going. No, these bets are gonna hit only because we're jamming to this, jamming to the soundtrack. Michigan money line. Okay. The under for the Battlehawks and Renegades. Okay. Alright. See, for me, it's 143. It's positive 143, which I'm totally down with that anyways. I don't care. Is that all? You not doing anything for the Stallions defenders? Actually, one might do. Which one did I miss? I'm looking at the multi-chat. Okay. Yeah, it didn't come through the multi-chat for some reason. That explains why I didn't see it. Stallions, moneyline, and Defenders, moneyline. Whoops. There we go. Okay, yep. I'm looking at 295, so. Yep. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm going to put 339 on it. See if that hits. If it does, that is a good profit. Yeah, that's the only one I missed. For some reason, it didn't come through the multi-chat. I don't know. It did normal chat. It didn't come through the multi-chat, though. Weird. Alright. So we got that taken care of. Real quick and easy. Now, outside of my upper back pain, which I'm pretty sure, as much as I know it is my posture. I think it's partially because I slept on the couch the other night. And it is not fun. But outside of that, let's throw our focus to some Ace Attorney. Let's jump in. It has been too damn long. Fuck is with this artwork? I love it. Why? Showdown time. Woo! You lose. Ah! I don't know how the eek would go there. So, this is what happens when you lose a children's card game. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him. Hard. Me? Please, the cops could be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should it come to that. April 20th, 9:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Man, it's been a while since I said those words. It has been a while. It looks so much brighter. Is it just me, or does the lobby look a lot brighter than the last time we were here? You know what? I'll throw $1.50 on that one. Yeah, that'll work. Yep. Alright. Alright. Heads up for anybody new to the series. You're gonna get fantastically terrible voice acting out of me. And you're gonna get like a total of 3 female voices, because that's about all I've got in the arsenal. One of which you probably won't hear at all, because unless one character shows up, that voice won't be utilized. So, that's about all you need to know. Welcome to Ace Attorney. Panicked. Palms sweaty. I can admit it. I'm nervous. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Vomit on my sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. Since I don't know who it is. Ah! Good morning! Oh, it's... Okay. So, it's... This dude looks extremely cocky. I'm just gonna say that. I saw that they added Taco Charlton. I was like, oh no, now we gotta deal with that. Good morning, sir. Christoph? Really? Christoph is your name? Okay. You look tense, Justice. Wound up tight. Wound up, sir? No! I'm loose. I'm fine. I feel attacked. That screeching voice, that screeching noise, is that your voice? I suppose it's to be expected. Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh? I'm fine! I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine. Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your speech. I overdid it again. As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift. Drift gotten, sir. Yeah, I'm all over that drift. As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. Yes, I'm fine, sir. One more thing. Don't say you're fine quite so much. People might take you the wrong way. I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client. Oh, this is gonna be fun, given it seems like Apollo is, very young and nerve-wracked, which is gonna be fun. I get to go to old school Pheonix right off the bat. It's been too damn long. I also have to adjust the chat because it's too high. There we go. Now it's lined up properly. My name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. Not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. Dear Lord. I gotta get a napkin. I'll be back in a second. Little bit of cleanup duty. Ooh, that pineapple flavor is something. Alright. My boss wants to help him out, of course. And so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him. No way. Whoa. Good, morning. Morning. It's all up to you today. First trial. Nervous. Meeting him. Cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help? So, you're... Fine. I'm fine. Ah. Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name. Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin is a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend, so why? You'll see. You can do it. Be confident. I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean, it's time. Shall we? Yes, sir. Okay. I need to focus. First trial. Here comes justice. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Bigger question, will this judge be writing a fanfic? Oh my god, they're both back. I don't know if you noticed who the prosecuting attorney is. I'm not sure if you noticed. But oh my god. The prosecuting attorney is back. The tutorial attorney is back. Oh, I am so happy. And our judge is back, which is even better. So, the fanfic is definitely still being written. I wonder how many sequels he's written. He has a much higher quality. Look at that beard. He's got playoff beard to the maximum right now. Let me find my Sean Connery. The court is now in session. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is, fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. Mind going blank. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice. And this is your first trial. Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin. Yes, Your Honor. I was under the impression that you would be heading up this case. That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always accede to his client's wishes, and my client specifically requested Mr. Justice. Well, of course he wants justice, but to entrust his case to this greenhorn, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. I want to know if he's the best defense attorney in town. Where the fuck is Pheonix? Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience. Fine, but does he have cords of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. I'm sorry we had to meet again under these circumstances. I was about to say, is that Pheonix? Because all I'm going to say is this. Man scruffed up a bit. Man scruffed up a bit. Also, I wouldn't have taken Pheonix as a cards type of guy. He strikes me as more of a slots guy. I'm just saying. Poker, I wouldn't have called his forte. Back of his hair's Pheonix. I saw the bit of spikes in the back, but it, you know, with these type of games, everyone's got it. So it's like, you know, you can't really automatically go, yeah. I want to know why Why, Pheonix? Why are you always around murder? Why? Long time no see, Mr. Wright. Well, fuck. I mean, yeah, he did get the jawline. He did get that jawline. Dash, welcome to the stream, man. Okay, well, that means I have to change entirely his voice, because if it's Pheonix, he has to get just the basic voice, because I was Pheonix the entire time. Let's put the past behind us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Pheonix Wright, piano player. Mr. Wright? How could this have happened? I won't speak of it further, then. If the prosecution would be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne. To think I saw you enter this room as a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leaving chains. NFL announced the legends and active players, announcing the round 2 and 3 picks. Jags got Armstead. The Raiders got Steve Wisniewski. No, Jags only got 1. They didn't announce any legend player for Jacksonville. Okay, they got TJ Slaughter for the 3rd round? Okay. I was wondering who the legend player was, more so than the current. I would have assumed probably Eric Armstead given Man of the Year. So, that's an interesting choice, TJ Slaughter. Huh. We do have 2 third-round picks, so we'll be up there twice. Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see. Packers have 7 guys announcing their picks. Well, it makes sense. They are in Green Bay, so makes sense. The crime occurred at the Borscht Bowl Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Pheonix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold. A customer at the restaurant, you say? I want to know, wait a minute. Also, Dash asking for any Eagles, Jaren. Any Eagles? I forgot to look, see if there was a way to change this chat to the multi-chat. I'll have to do that, before tomorrow's stream. I want to know, where's Dahlia's sister? Where is Dahlia's sister? That's what I need to know. Where's she at? How'd that relationship go, Pheonix? Where's everybody? I need to know where the whole group is. Customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was the pianist for the club, it seems. Man, went from a defense attorney to a pianist? That's quite a change of careers. Pheonix Wright, a pianist. This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Adult grape juice? Or just normal grape juice here, Payne? Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice. Yeah, Pheonix strikes me as a wine guy. If I had to pick, he'd be a wine guy. There's no way he drinks bourbon or scotch. There's no way he goes there. Yeah. Certain channel legend will be announcing picks. The one and only Keith Brooking announcing the fact. Man, we're all gonna have our eyes. Next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, we're gonna have our eyes peeled on those Falcon picks. Because we gotta see our man Keith Brooking announce those picks for the Falcons. Or at least one of them. The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Oh my god, there's a picture. We have to look at this picture. Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. I know. This is not my first shindig here, bucko. Okay, so there's an empty seat right there. More than likely the dealer, it seems. Alright, I assume that's our murder victim. And that bottle looks unbroken at all. How the fuck did that kill the man? The legend of Keith Brooking, man. Only for us. For others, not as much. But for us, it's hard to find a man better. There may be one pass rusher better than him that also wore black and red. Wears a number 0. Oh, look at the change of everything. Oh. Might as well get our ideas of this stuff now. Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with borscht. No clues here. Hey, no clues here. The bottle is completely empty. Oh yeah. Nothing else to look at, seems like. Although, wait a minute. Apparently I can zoom in. Oh. I thought I saw something. Nope. Huh, that's cool. You can zoom in now. Reset it. Nice. Can't zoom in on that at all. Can I? Nope. Okay. Oh, also, you know, the autopsy report. Victim's name, Shoddy Smith. Age, we've got no idea. Male. Estimated time of death, April 17th, between 1:45 a.m. and 2:15 a.m. Okay, so a 30-minute time frame here. Cause of death. Shady Smith. I see the I, though. I often think it's shoddy, given Yu-Gi-Oh! So, that's how I often think about it. But yeah, shady fits better. They should put the Y in there. Cerebral hemorrhaging resulting from blunt trauma to forehead. Okay. I mean, of course they're going to have the pun names. We know this. But, yeah. Put the Y instead of the I. Attorney's badge. How long did I yearn for one of these? Just putting it on makes me feel ready. Make a practice of checking it frequently. The court record. The court record. Right. I've heard of that. Use R1 to look at the evidence so far. Already done it. I'm confident in your abilities to handle this. Right. Just use R1. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
A traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, although his place of residence is unclear.
And he had some sort of connection with the defendant.
That, too, is unclear at present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Bush Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
We got Aaron Rodgers news, direct from Pat McAfee show. Rodgers has decided that he's still undecided. What a shock. He really wants to go to Minnesota, though, it seems. They had only just met. Then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing.
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in progress at the scene of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself.
Indeed. It appears our defendant has fallen to become the basest sort of criminal.
It is true that the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the purest sense. A competition, Your Honor.
Competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a slight clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs writhed in blue flame, know its final outcome. Come again? Bigger and more important news, the Scarlet Shotzi channel is dropping a new video. Oh, I wonder what it's gonna be.
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify those present and impress women.
Oh, there's shit like that I fucking love. Demon in an exorcism house. Ooh. Ooh. They were doing a lot of those ghost hunting videos on the WWE channel in October. I wonder if they'll bring those back. Early 20, you did. Alright. That will be our first order of business here, then. To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime. My pleasure. This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Hit my music. Ooh, bit of a remix on that. It's similar to the old music, but not the same. I like it. I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition in there are the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all it is. A game. And our customers are happy. We've got some Rooster Teeth news. Confirmed staff hirings for behind the camera positions. A lot of returning people. They're making an original idea show which is described as pre-apocalyptic. Confirmed an animation project. Oh, Rooster Teeth animation back. That's always the good shit right there. A pianist who can't play piano.
Better than a defense attorney who can't defend.
Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. My first cross-examination. It's been a while. Don't blow it. Are you all right? You're sweating bullets. Bullets? Where? It's a figure of speech. Justice, your voice sounds strained and raspy, too. My brain feels strained and raspy, sir. You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times, though you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher? What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gavin for a refresher course in cross-examination? Do we take the refresher course or do we wing it? It's been a while, but will it come back like it usually does? That's the question now. What do we think? Refresher? Okay. We'll get that refresher course in. Speaking of refreshers, I got one going. It's the Paradise Refresher. I'm not the biggest pineapple guy, so it's... meh. Dash, you want me to wing it? You know how long it's been since we've been in the courtroom? I couldn't tell you. Because I don't have control of that channel anymore. Let's get that refresher. Better safe than sorry, especially this early in the game. Yes, teach me. I know nothing, Jon Snow. Indeed, your job, Justice, is to be mindful of the court record and the testimony. Look for inconsistencies in the testimony with what the court record tells you. When you've found an inconsistency, that's when you present the conflicting evidence with the court record, the R button. But I didn't hear anything strange at all in the testimony just now. A good sign that you need to press the witness with L1 for more information. Press him. Don't let the fact that he's a remarkable man hold you back. Get more information. That face right there? That's a remarkable man. Ladies? That's what remarkable looks like. Pheonix. But isn't Mr. Wright my client? Well, think you can do it? Yes! Thank you, sir! I think I can do it. I think you'd better, or we're going to have a problem. Just remember, find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. This is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it. Inconsistencies. Lies. Pheonix Wright? As if Pheonix Wright would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. I remember one specific case where that is false, sir. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Competition. You can hardly play? Oh, I play sometimes when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want. Is that supposed to be a boast just now? The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable farce I wear for the world at large. Then why are you really at the Borscht Bowl Club? They pay you just to play poker. That would seem to be the case. I am a professional after all.
Do I detect pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hard-working member of society like me to imagine.
Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room, and I've never lost once. Dude, I wasn't ready for Pheonix Wright to be undefeated at poker. That was not on my bingo card for this game. Or ever. What? You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. Pheonix Wright started working out and learned how to gamble. Yep. Man, this is it. This is why we gotta work out. We'll become Pheonix Wright. We'll become Pheonix Wright if we all just work out and place bets. We will become Pheonix Wright, which I don't think's a bad idea given the way Pheonix Wright's games went. I'd be down. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw. Wait, you've never lost once? Not even one time? As I said, I'm a professional. He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once? Is that even possible? Oh, the music is great in this game. It is so good. If it's anything compared to the original, let's just say this. If you have not heard, what was his name? I had a cup of coffee today, and given what we were playing today, the only thought in my head was that one attorney. Was it Godot? Yes, it was Godot. If you have not heard Godot's theme from the third Pheonix Wright game, holy shit, go listen to it right now. In my opinion, it is the best song in that entire franchise. Hands down. It is so good. I legitimately had a problem where I would just put it on loop while I wrote for a while. So fucking calming. So good. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction? It has quite a history, actually. The Borscht Bowl Club used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day. Black market? Fragrant dark coffee. Although I didn't have like 8 cups, like Godot. All in the past. Things like the black market are only on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there were a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room. A smoky room. Gambling hoods. You know, just looking at this picture makes me feel bad. The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, Lagoon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now. That window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but that window does look like it would be good for keeping a lookout, but little else. Rogers has a new quote. I'm open to anything and attached to nothing. Oh, God. He's attached to one thing, and that's his hallucinogenics. Apollo looks like a kid, but is like 23. Yeah, man. That's how you start. You gotta always look young, but be like in your 20s. The room had a few other tricks to it, though it was common knowledge to our regulars. At any rate, they come to play poker in a room steeped in history. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Two decks of cards? Simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards. There's something else I noticed. Yeah, there's only 1 deck of cards. On the table, at least. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one formatting a complete deck. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we used two types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other blue. As I recall, in poker you make 5-card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat. Yes. Game of hands. This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right. It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. You wrong, Judge. You wrong. That happens constantly. There was a terrible tragedy over Madden. Like, come on. People die over simple games every day, Judge. Judge? Judge. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred, yet you claim no connection to the crime. Now that's strange. What's strange? I was testifying about the competition that night. Judge never played Mario Party, exactly. Yeah, people die over a game of checkers. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense. Oh, I thought he was talking about the prosecution. That's why I said it that way. Nope, yep. I completely let that one slip by. Don't... Dude, the game just started. You can't be bringing that word in that quick. Don't despair yet, Justice. Sir? Right. There's something I'd like made clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand. And I'd like to hear it from you. Sure. Why not? Very well. The defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press. And I've got myself a whole new testimony. I mean, people go crazy over Mario Party. I plead silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. Silence? The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law. But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage. And it's your job to turn that around in our favor, yes? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do already. Justice, didn't you detect anything odd about that testimony? Huh? Wait. Something he said did ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now what was it? Pheonix said, I did it. You gotta be built different. Yeah. He's like, come on, man. I've done this before. I'm gonna make you stronger. When you figure it out, I'd suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony. A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I'd better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in a testimony. Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. If you need more information, don't forget to press. Right. I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to the testimony again. No. Anybody can... I mean, it is a literal law that anybody can refuse testimony. For a second there, I thought I had my Under Armour on backwards. I don't know why, but I thought. Alright. Let's show this evidence. I've got a feeling I know exactly which one. Sir, your fingerprints are on it. Sorry, Pheonix. G-Man, welcome to the stream, man. What do you mean I told you nothing? Last week. Not last week, the week prior. The week prior, I gave you guys a sneak peek. No, never mind. That was last week I gave you guys a sneak peek. That's what it was. Oh, damn, Jen, you were on top of it. I was about to ban him and you got him. Nice job with the stabby stab. Mortal familiarity. Good bot name. I mean, it's a tutorial case, so you know. It's a tutorial case. It's just good to be back in the courtroom, though, man. It's a good tutorial case. I mean, so far it's been tutorial case. You did mention it Monday Dash. So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle. Right? So I said. I see what you did there, G-Man. I see what you did there. I didn't catch it was Pheonix right away. I did not catch it was Pheonix right away. Because the man got scruff. The man got scruff. He got the beanie on. It's a video game made in Japan, so everybody's got spiky hair in the back, you know, to some degree. I didn't recognize him right away. Caught me off a bit. Something the matter, Mr. Justice. Dear Lord, that hair flip. Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb. I had Hobo Pheonix in the start, and now it's one of my faves. Oh, okay. What's this, Mr. Payne? I examined the bottle in question, you see, and it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints. Oh, shit, he must have done it. No need to shout, Mr. Justice. Can hear you just fine. Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case. But what about my cords of steel? Anyway, I don't know yet. We just are getting started. I don't know who done it yet. I got no ideas yet. Button which Sky hadn't rise from the ashes? Nope, didn't notice. It was Leon. That we know. That we know. Put up the emote. We know. Fuck it. Everybody put it up. I'm gonna put it up. Hell, I'm gonna jump in and put it up. Dear Lord, what on earth is up with this? I can't even see it. Whatever. My layout won't let me. There we go. There we go. What's so strange about the fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant? Well, that's true.
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Yes, to brain someone with the bottle.
Mr. Gavin, I think things have just took a turn for the worst. Oh, I see no problem, Justice. The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see. Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court? I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. For now. Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
I'm sure he's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something. And what might that be, Mr. Gavin? On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police? Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that...
Really?
Yes. Well, according to the case file, the murder was reported from near the scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at a diagram of the murder scene, shall we? The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in the hallway to go above ground.
Yeah, but this is Pheonix Wright. He's got main character power, so, you know.
The call came from the restaurant floor the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is the phone that made the call. The defendant could have fled the scene of the crime if he so chose. That's right. That's right, Mr. Gavin. However, I'm going to take a look at this phone. Sticky note? Well, it's a piece of tape holding the battery in. Oh, Lord. Don't we all know what it's like to have a phone that old? Yeah. Is one of these that has the battery on the piece of tape on it? Nope. Used to have a remote control that had the tape on it. Because it wouldn't stick anymore. Wow. The battery is being held in with a piece of tape. You should just buy a new one. Maybe he can't afford it. Or he just doesn't care. Okay, that looks like that's it for now. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he is being uncooperative. Nice save, Mr. Gavin. I'd better not waste this. I think the prosecution has toyed with our client enough for the time being.
Toyed? I assure you no one is more serious about...
What was it you said? Oh yeah, I feel like everybody's got something that's just got tape on it. Everybody's got something that's just got tape on it because it's like, could get a new one, but why bother? The defendant was in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. How can you possibly know this? That's a good question. How indeed? The answer is simple, Your Honor. The prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room. I'm sorry, every time I see The Room, my brain goes straight to the room where it happened. If you guys have not watched Hamilton or heard any of the songs, it's from Hamilton, and that's where my brain goes every time. It is a great track. So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime. Everything up till now has been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready? Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand. Who the hell are you?
The witness will state her name and profession.
Hold on just a moment. Where's the witness? Wait, let me do this right. Where's the witness? I see nothing but blur.
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
I did not hit her. I did not. This is bullshit. Oh, hi, Mark. How is your sex life? So I used a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns point in your direction, this court will cut them off.
You are sure?
I swear it on my gavel. Please, come out. Isn't violence against hair a crime, Your Honor?
Well, if you are sure it is, okay.
Ahem. Now, the wait a minute! Will the prosecution care to explain the witness's, paraphernalia?
Yes. She is a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be... Wait a minute. What was the name of the one character that was a photographer? I don't remember her name. This is why. Lot of heart. Yeah. Yep. Lot of heart. You're right. I couldn't remember her name. I was gonna go back to the old VODs channel and remember. Yep.
My name is Olga Oily. I am employed as waitress.
Is she supposed to be Russian?
I am employed as waitress in Borscht Bowl Club restaurant.
Yeah, if you compare assets, has a much larger camera. Much larger. Then why the camera?
Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how it is said, other service.
This game has done a really good job of making the whole phrasing button a thing. I just want to make sure. I believe, if I remember correctly, Ace Attorney is the reason we have the phrasing button. So, let me just, make sure we're good. Where is it? My alerts. Nope. Alright. I don't think I can actually... Can I even press it from here? I can't. That's crazy. That's weird. Oh, here we go.
Hey, phrasing!
There we go. I'm going to test it one more time. You guys are going to see that again, but I'm going to test the phrasing button one more time.
Hey, phrasing!
There we go. Had to make sure it came through perfectly fine. If we need it, it's there. He uses fingering often too. Oh, that's gonna be fun. The phrasing button's gonna get a lot of use. Gotta love it. I take it one of these other services is taking the customer's pictures.
Da. Like for example, this one.
Having quite the chat Pheonix is with Shady. That's the defendant!
Indeed, on the night of the murder. Man in the white hat is one who has gone kaput.
Indeed, that is the victim. Order! Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps.
It is same way as I drop cold bowls of borscht on laps of customers. Casually.
Are you a bad waitress, Olga? Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. Yay, more evidence. Now, before we get to that, I want to take a look at this new evidence. Okay. Man was having some munchies. Has a nice bowl of borscht there. As for the prices, it looks like we got $5.50. 600 for something. Got a bottle up there. Pheonix is over here playing the piano. Just chilling, chatting. Got a couple bottles of what look like the finest grape juice in the land. Some Smirnoff over here. Which makes sense. Gotta have some vodka if this is a Russian restaurant. And, of course, Russian nesting dolls over there, it looks like, as well. Yeah, keep it on brand. Also, Pheonix is rocking some sandals. He's got the dogs out for free. Not even charging for that.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder? I was in room. The hideout, we call it.
Excuse me? The hideout?
It is room where famous gangsters, bad guy, was arrested.
You guys remember the famous gangster bad guy? You remember him.
Is room where murder took place.
What?
Your look of utter surprise.
It is lovely. I will post by courtroom door later for you. Da, photos will be numbered, and you will write which ones you want copy of. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. Yes, there were. It's very obvious by the picture, in my opinion. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley are witness. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... That guy, you only know Furio Tigre? Understandable, though. Understandable. Very well. Witness, you will testify to the court about that night's events. Okay, Olga, let's do this. Oh, this entire time as well, this judge is sitting there, and he's thinking to himself, man, Pheonix Wright looks like this now? This has to go into the fanfic. That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done. But something terrible has happened. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death. No. 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 That is entirely inaccurate. Incidentally, who won the game? Isn't it obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith. That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose. Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection. But he hadn't lost in 7 years. Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. Incidentally, I have some evidence here. Okay. So, yeah, we're using the blue deck. I have to see this photo unfold to get an idea, but... These are the poker chips as they lay the very moment of the crime. Okay. I thought for a second Pheonix had an ace of hearts. I was about to be like, why are there 2 aces of hearts? The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. These on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith. Chips, you say? That sounds pretty good right now. I'd like some barbecue-flavored chips would be nice. Yes. Oh, that's what I might have for lunch when we hit lunch. Everyone ready for a recess? I'm hungry. I mean, yes. Imagine that poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils. I know that. After all, in my youth, I was the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Looking at this picture, it does seem the most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table. Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Okay, yeah, that does sit with with what it looks like here. I wanted to see if there were any inconsistencies between those two. They look identical for the most part. Alright. I know what we have to catch here, at least. But, as you always do with these games, you have to press everything. Because obviously. You were dealing cards? Do you do this often?
Da, I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cards, more borscht. It is my work.
It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service.
Welcome you to Borscht Bowl Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses.
That can be taken ways. Thank you for not handing out flyers during the cross-examination. It's already April. How could it be cold? Apollo, how did you know? How the fuck did you know? It's already weird enough that your name is Apollo, with all the shit around me that follows Apollo, the Roman god. But, how did you know? It is already April, and it is starting to warm up. That's crazy.
At the Borscht Bowl Club, we have pride on the authentic rustic Russian restaurant theme.
Apollo's the same on both sides. Both Greek and Roman. His name's Apollo. Keep that in mind. It's fine. It's fine. At least I didn't hit you with a Zeus or Jupiter situation. Yeah, for anybody who doesn't know about that, I have a running gag with a friend of mine because back in high school I took Latin 4 times actually. And in my second stint of Latin we had to do, the first 2 years you had to do a paper on one of the gods. And the first year I got Apollo. The second year I got Apollo again, even though I wasn't supposed to get the same one. So it's been a running gag that ever since Apollo just follows me around. And every so often I will have a game randomly bring up Apollo. We played a whole game. What was it? Was it Erica? I think that's what it was called. We played a whole game, and the whole concept of the game had to do with Apollo and the Oracle at Delphi, and I was like, what the fuck? Why? I thought the game looked interesting and I had no idea what the game was about. We played it, and I was like, okay, wait, what? And then they brought up Apollo in one of the, what was it? Was it the, which other Ace Attorney game was it? I want to say it was the last trilogy we played. They brought it up in. So, yeah, it follows me everywhere. He follows me everywhere. I don't know why. I'm not going to complain. He's been good to me. I'm not going to complain.
Outside, it is city and spring, but inside, it is always as cold as Mother Russia.
No way am I going there.
When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning. Da.
His locket? I believe it was good luck charm. Duh. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yes, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though if it were small enough to fit around his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about. I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket. Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It's considered bad form to poke fun at the head of hearing in our society. Or hard of hearing or hard of understanding. I said head of hearing. Talk about hard of reading, am I right? Ba-dum-bum, ching.
So what happened next?
Thanks for moving us right along there. I do want to see something. Okay, he does still have it around his neck in there. Yeah, there's the pendant there. Okay. I wanted to make sure I did see the pendant around his neck. Something terrible! The defense will refrain from needless shouting. Sorry. I need to seriously reconsider this vocal training thing.
Now, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened? Oh, I was frightened. I trembled with fear.
But the defendant would never do such a thing. Well now, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic. If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me. Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker?
Perhaps it is because defendant has lost game? Yes, a crushing defeat for a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, I've got you now, Orley. Okay, let's point out the terribly inaccurate statement you've put out. Oh, really? Strangled, you say? That's odd.
The normal customers only choke on borscht.
No. I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? That was talent. That was talent. You see her? She went talent. I wish I could do that. Hell, I can barely read once I hit the stream button, so you know. Looking at the picture, it doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Oh, dear Lord, he took it straight to the forehead. It's just, boom.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Okay, that's interesting too, because he does not have the locket on in that picture.
What? I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged victim, his neck.
What's my reading level outside of streams? I've probably like, middle school level. No, I'm pretty decent at reading. You give me a really fucking big word I've never seen before, I'm gonna have problems. Second I hit the stream button, I can barely read like that sentence. I'll stumble over my words with ease. I will say also, these streams have taught me some very big words that I did not know before. Specifically Ace Attorney. They pulled out some words that, like, it became a running gag that we started using Google to find out new words. I mean, I read Stephen King for fun, so that should tell you my reading level to some degree. And you want to talk about using big words. Oh, really, Miss Orley? I think I've caught you in your own lie this time. Justice, I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this through once more. What do you mean? I found a contradiction. There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me. Very well. It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop beating it. There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too. Okay. Okay. After defendant tried to strangle him, he hit him with bottle. Alright. So, press. You didn't say anything about hitting before.
Oh, sorry. I must be forgetting this. Da.
Right witness, you will take greater care with your testimony.
Oh, da. I'm sorry, Your Honor. And that clears up the discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind, and chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this. Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do. Right, sir. Leave it to me. There were only 3 people in that room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shady Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, I've got you now. Okay. Yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a situation. What am I getting notifications for? Ah, that's why I'm getting notifications. I do think I got a notification that I went live. Always good to get a notification of myself going live. I may never know if I don't get a notification of it. Okay, let's see if I'm right on this. You know, there was one curious part in her testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
I hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
Well, no, but look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. How did our eye get so big? And who the hell hit him on the head? Do you see a locket on the victim's neck? Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this. But what does it mean? If we are able to believe this witness's testimony as is. Yeah, I know if the music stops, I got it right. But I always like getting it right on the first try, even though, you know, I've learned with some of these games that in order to perfect them, you gotta be wrong. What was I gonna say? Train of thought just went off the tracks. Yeah, but I know that when the music stops, I got it right. I'm just always worried because I get paranoid about that I overthink something. Then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets don't just disappear, Your Honor. It's quite simple when you think about it. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off. No. Taken it off? Wait, you don't mean... The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it? Oh. Hey, what did he say about the locket? Hey, did he steal shit? Defendants, what do you have to say to this? Say? Yes? I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you? Oh. You mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed it at the night of the arrest.
Holy shit. Franziska von Karma just fucking followed the stream? Bruh. We've had two magical things just happen. One, we found out that Pheonix Wright got some. Two, Franziska von Karma just followed the stream. This is the biggest moment ever. Welcome to the stream. Royalty in the prosecuting world. Franziska von Karma, everyone. She left the whip in the car. It's okay. We're safe for now. And for those who will not get it when the joke does come up, I did make it. I had the stupidest moment ever on stream where I said "Hasta la vista" was German because my brain was going 95 different places at once, and that has become an emote. So if you see that emote, which has Franziska von Karma in it, that's what it means. It's a reminder of my stupidity. So there it is. Thank you, Jaren. Appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah. So, Franziska von Karma now in the stream, both in name and in emote. Look at that. So Mr. Wright has a locket too? Why don't I buy that this is just a coincidence? Yeah, that moment's gonna live with me forever too, even though I wish it wouldn't. Still my stupidest moment on stream, and I've had a lot of dumb moments. Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of the game.
Further testimony won't be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost badly.
Miss Audley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and the defendant.
Duh.
Serious competition.
The game began with 3,500 points in chips for each man. House chips come in two sizes, small and large. The one was winning. It was victim. For last time, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table and...
Still, the most impressive part of this is the bottle apparently did not, like, smash. It just went toing. Indeed, looking at this picture, it does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
How many times have I heard those words? I done it in a fit of anger. A common tale but true. Me thinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Wright said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must be wrong. Okay. I'm first gonna look at everything because I want to see if I can figure this out properly. Huh. I didn't notice this beforehand. I really think I would notice this beforehand. His final 3 cards are face down in this picture, while in the picture taken at the crime scene after the fact, his hand is face up. I feel like my dude was cheating. Huh. Interessante. Alright, let's press. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used?
No, not special. Usual game. Usual rules.
If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be, exactly 7,000 points.
Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division.
Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used?
Of course.
Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder? Right now, we won't worry about it. Nah, it's her natural to be jumpy and suspicious looking. You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing?
It must have been most unlucky day for him.
I am glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break camera certainly. The chips, they went always to victim's side of table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game?
Da, one-sided, and... Last hand. It was largest points of any hand. The defendant's hand, it was exactly, or it was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind. It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. I mean, they both had a really good hand. I mean, you've got three of a kind on both sides with ace pair kicker, but you know, the kings are gonna win that over the sevens. Your boy likes poker. More of a, you know, Texas Hold'em man myself, or blackjack, but I'm cool with a 5-card stud. That is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. One with highest number wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once a card laid down on table, it happened. And what happened next? Even to think of it now, I shake and tremble. Da. I did not believe such thing would happen. What such thing? Please, you must believe. I had no idea. How could such thing occur? What such thing? Niet. The defendant had been hitting the victim. Da, I saw it all happen right before me. I saw bottle coming down on victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime.
Remember, your first goal is to gather information. Yes, sir. Look out, contradiction. Here comes justice. I think this was the one I could press harder on. Yep. Press harder. Maybe you could explain a bit about these chips? Explain? What is there to explain?
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fish and chips. Not a chip off the old block.
Thanks. Now that I've pressed her, I'd better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars? Or rubles, even?
Yet. As I have been saying before, it was game, not gambling.
Hard, perhaps, for capitalists to understand. Two types of chips. 100 points chip and 1000 points chip. It is not money. Da. Justice. Sir? Don't you find her comment interesting? In more ways than one, sir. I'd have it added to her testimony myself. Well, does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony? This is interesting because in the old games, it automatically added. It didn't want me to say for it to be added. Interesting. Yes, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Added to the testimony. I wish I knew where I was going with this. Very well. Witness, if you would be so kind.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin said this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do the court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We're not in kindergarten. Sorry, I'm fine. Better think of something to ask. And quick. The two types of chips. The small ones are 100 and the big ones 1,000? Right. Right. Of course.
Don't waste our time.
Is that all? Yeah. Great, Mr. Gavin made me stop her, and now I'm the one who looks dumb. Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me like that. Huh? Who? Me? There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands. What? It's a simple matter of calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all. Calculation? Alright. I'm overthinking things. I know I'm overthinking things. Time out. Time out. That's a lot more than 7,000 points. Okay. I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it's the fact that there's a lot more than 7,000 points in chips on that table. You're sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure. Okay, that didn't go, because I thought he was gonna contradict the points.
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sake, could you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips, and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course. Duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up. Okay. Okay, see, I was thinking the big ones were the were the 1,000 points as well. And I was like, that's too many points. So she's lying about the point total. But it's the fact that the small chips are the larger commodity than the big chips. I got it right for the opposite reason. I don't play card tables. I'm a sports bettor. I don't play card tables. I like poker. I just don't play card tables. Like, I'll watch poker plenty. I used to watch the Texas Hold'em tournaments all the time on TV. I've not done that in fucking years, but yeah. And normally chips are colored, and that's really the only difference. That's how kind of like I know a chip's rarity is the color more than the size. So I just figured, oh, bigger size mean they're better. Because if I'm right, I do have a poker set that has chips. They're all the same size, though. They're just different colors. I want to see $500 chip. Because if I'm right, the $500 red. Yeah, blue and white chips are $1. Red chips are $5. Green chips are $25. Blacks $100. Purple's $500. Yeah. And then orange chips are $1,000. So yeah, I'm used to colored chips, not size. Yep, there's what I'm used to seeing. Yeah, that explains it. I was overthinking it, but I was overthinking it in a different value than what they wanted me to think. They were like, oh, they'll figure this one out. I'm like, no, I just figured out that it looked to me like there was too much.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chips, and the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes, my calculations are correct. Let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. Yeah, because to me, I did the math as the bigger chips are 1,000. So I had what? 3, 6, 9, 10,000 right there is what I was doing. But if you take it the other way, you're looking at 4, 5, 6. That's 6,000 there. Yeah, it still is far more than what she said. If 7,000 was the number. Right? 1, 2, 3. No, never mind. Hit 7,000 on the dot. Never mind. Hit 7,000 on the dot. My math once again was off. Yep. This man's got 2,900 while Pheonix is over here with 41. He was killing him. And then, and you add them up.
How much is it?
Do it yourself. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? They're going back to kindergarten a lot. 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How can this be?
Exactly, Justice. Now that you know the what, you must determine the why. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. Starting points were wrong. Chip count was wrong. You know what we do in this situation. We gotta save. Okay. So, normally, to 100% this game, you normally have to pick every answer. So we're going to start off by fucking up. The calculation makes the answer clear. If the total combined points at the table was 10,600, then each man started the night with 5,300 chips. 5,300? That's a rather half-baked score at which to start a game. Justice, would different starting points really change anything? It seems the defense's objection was even more half-baked than the score. Uh-oh. Time to head back into the kitchen. Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. I mean, chip count was wrong. I think. Is what they want. Maybe. Yeah, because starting points was right. Chip count's just wrong. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. While the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can be only one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around. Oh, I was right. I meant to get the other wrong answer. That's okay.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness! Utter madness!
Show me that photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up. Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out by yourself. Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait! The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing!
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips still. Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mr. Smith, had 2,900 points, and the defendant, 4,100 points. Well now, it seems that Mr. Right was winning that night after all.
That's impossible!
My client had even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning. Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips, since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? I'm gonna applaud that catch every time because it's impressive. Order! Order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. And Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness. Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley?
I did not want to be saying this, but actually, you see, see what, Miss Orley? What do we see? In last hand, there was cheat. A cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, what do you mean? A scam?
They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand.
That is why game ends with chips as they are. Great. Just great. First we have lying. Now cheating. Will there be stealing next? And will Eddie Guerrero show up? Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting. Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. Alright, let's hear it. The final hand. The last hand. Both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck, from ace to king. If you look at both men's hands, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. For Mr. Smith. Is she accusing Pheonix of cheating? Because I was thinking kind of a similar thing at first, but then I saw he's got a, ace of diamonds, I believe. So, he's purely good. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the beginning? I thought I smelled a cover-up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. I don't know what that means, but okay. A full house is a very high-scoring hand. Not easy to make, in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
If there's one person in the world that I would expect the word scrupulous to come from, it's that man. I mean, that my hair may be going, but like, if a man has that hairstyle in a courtroom with those glasses and that suit and that hand motion, that's a dude who uses the word scrupulous. 100%. That dude uses the word scrupulous on a normal occasion. I'm just saying. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying. Mr. Gavin. What's a full house?
Lawyers these days. You don't know your poker.
I can't say this bodes well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring? Justice, you know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes? Yeah, no problem. 2 cards with the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes a 3 of a kind. Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house. That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
We forget there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat!
The defense may cross-examine the witness. If he did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves one important question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? True. True. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyway? Unless they lose it on purpose. Right. Yep. Pheonix lost that hand, so there's a lot of questions here.
It is quite hard. Duh. It is making a pair and a 3 of a kind at same time.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button on something. Okay, we're good. I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3.
Very difficult. Da. But is not impossible.
Okay, full house. Hard. This line of questioning, a waste of time. Four of each card, you say? Time out. I just thought of something I didn't pay attention to. Okay, no, we're good there. We're good there. Okay, I wasn't sure if one of them had like 2 kings of hearts or 2 sevens of hearts, something to that effect, and I didn't notice. Yeah, no, their hands look fine. Like, you've got a king of spades, king of hearts, king of diamonds, and then 7 hearts, diamonds, clubs, then the ace of spades, Q motorhead, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and ace of diamonds. Yeah, their hands are perfectly fucking fine. Unless... I mean, that is a second deck, so never mind. They're fine. I just wanted to double check that.
Da, there is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is interesting fact that this number 4 comes from number of seasons.
Huh. You don't say.
Ah, and did you know the cards are numbered 1 through 13? Add all the cards in a deck, and you get 364. A year.
Huh. You don't say. Isn't that 1 day short?
That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus you have a perfect representation of the year, all in a deck of cards.
Huh. You don't say. We're going to be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. How was it clear?
Well, the defendant. He played a 5th ace.
A 5th ace?
I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces.
No, it does not.
And Mr. Wright's 2.
You're right on that.
Obviously, cheating was afoot. Or perhaps I should say, a hand!
Oh, Lord. This is why I feel like I gave this dude the Monokuma-esque voice, just because he's terrible. Your Honor, perhaps this can be added to the testimony, without Mr. Payne's joke.
Very well. The witness will add this detail to her testimony, please.
Yep. A 5th ace.
Da, it should not exist, no. I still remember both hands very well.
Okay, yeah. She's gonna go over it again. I didn't think she was gonna go over it again.
Well, where did this card come from then?
Perhaps we should ask the defendant that very question. Adding cards to a deck is no less serious a taboo then than foregoing evidence in a court of law.
Now, perhaps it's time for you to say something, Justice. You bet. I've got no intention on staying quiet. Not me. No, sir. I'd better find some contradicting evidence fast. Do you recall what the men were arguing about? Da, I believe so. The victim, he shouts, "You are cheater!" And then the defendant shouts something like, "I have objection." That is the most legitimate thing I could hear Pheonix Wright say. I totally feel like I would hear Pheonix Wright go, "Objection!" when somebody tells him he's doing something wrong.
Shouting objection, eh? Old habits are hard to break. First he bluffed his way through the courtroom, now he bluffs his way through life.
However, Mr. Wright lost the hand. That seems to cast the shadow of doubt on Mr. Smith. Humiliation from losing, even then cheating. That is what set fire to defendant's heart.
So what did the flaming defendant do next?
Whoa! Weird choice of words there, Judge. By bottle, are you referring to this? Da. The defendant uses this bottle to... This behavior is an admission of cheating by the defendant.
But why use a grape juice bottle?
You'd be surprised at what can be used as a weapon. This juice is recommended drink of Borscht Bowl Club. Da. This year's vintage is remarkable for its hefty flavor. So it is wine, at least we know that much. Hefty enough to brain a grown man, apparently. First, he says it was a serious competition. Now, she says there was cheating. Justice, notice anything odd? Her testimony keeps changing. Now she says the defendant cheated. Actually, yes, I had noticed that. Let's get the truth about this cheating first, shall we? Right, leave it to me. Okay. I gotta tell you, Olga, you are really bad at remembering what the cards were. Because that is certainly not what those cards were. I'ma slide that picture right in front of her and go, "Does this look like an ace to you?" It appears the witness is mistaken. Mistaken? But my name... Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony.
That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice, perhaps you ought to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger to point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's statement?
Oh, I was hitting the wrong button. Why, it's here, of course.
It's where?
Where is that you're pointing? Where? Good question.
We've already heard today on the dangers of bluffing.
Sorry, Your Honor, I'd better rethink this.
I think you'd best point out your point again.
Okay, I guess I have to click on the aces and not the kings, but whatever. Yep, okay. It's the aces and not the kings. Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces.
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the third ace in question.
Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating all right, and it's going on right here in this courtroom.
Two aces in each player's hand does not make for a... 2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating.
Wait, please. It is true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you.
Yes, I see a lot of words that aren't there. I told you. Surprisingly, no. I'm going to blame it on my upper back pain, which actually, let's find out. Not as bad right now, which is very surprising. I did stretch a bit before stream, so maybe that helped. That's odd. She must be lying, yet she's the most sincere I've seen her all day. You're right to trust your instincts. Mr. Gavin? Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead? Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion.
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind, perhaps we might examine the actual cards.
The cards?
Mr. Payne.
Yes?
The players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request the cards be shown to the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine?
There we go. My brain couldn't put it together. It's me having to get used to so much reading. I've been, able to sit back and only have to read one character for the longest time with zero escape, and now we're back to reading every character's dialogue.
The victim's cards or the defendant's cards?
If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? I'm sorry, what was that? Turnabout Trump? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna play through this kind of the way I would try to actually play through this. I'd argue it's the victim's hand just because, well, he was winning and had 3 kings. He had the high. So I would think that would be more suspicious than the defendant's hand. It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. I didn't even think about that. I just was thinking winning hand, more than likely the cheating hand. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards.
Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would.
Very well.
Ooh. Victim's hand. Victim Smith's hand was left at the scene of the crime. A full house. I'm sorry. Wait a damn minute. Okay, never mind. I saw a 3rd ace for a second. I was like, wait, what? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Now, I'm a tad bit colorblind when it comes to like purples and pinks. But if I'm right, That's 4 red cards and 1 blue one. I've been known to be wrong before. Let me zoom in on that. Only one of the cards has a blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know? I'm more of a blue guy myself. Oh. The card backs are red. For some reason, I thought they were using blue-backed cards in the final hand. Okay. Time's a wasting. Go get it, Justice. Yes, sir. I already did that. You're really gonna make me go through the tutorial? Okay. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles. Try using the directional stick to turn it every which way, and triangle and square to zoom in and out. That should give you a better perspective on the case. Okay, let's do this. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Huh? Oh, Which was it now? What? Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards. The back is a different color.
That's impossible. But I put that card in right hand.
What was that, Olga? What did you just say? Excuse me? Can we get a replay on that statement? What was that, Miss Orley?
No, yet. I merely said, I have...
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yes?
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat?
I'll tell you. One merely needs a friend. A comrade, shall we say. The dealer. And I'm sure Mr. Shady Smith gave a big thank you to his comrade.
Oh!
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley, she's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
Yeah.
Order! Order!
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Yeah, I mean of her mistake. What was this game initially rated? Let's find out. Apollo, Justice, Ace Attorney.
Hey, phrasing!
Rating.
Hey,
Here.
phrasing! Hey, phrasing! Hey, phrasing!
Oh,
Hey,
God.
phrasing! Hey, phrasing!
Oh, God.
Hey, phrasing! Hey,
It won't
phrasing!
stop.
Hey, phrasing!
I stopped it. Dear Lord, I'm trying to stop it. It's not working. Oh, stop alert. There we go. Nope, never mind. Yeah, this thing will not stop. It is continuing to go. Dude, it still keeps going. I do not know. I'm trying to find out. Well, if I go out of the alert page. Nope, it's still going. Damn. It will not stop. Well, we're just going to have it muted for now. So, we are going to have that muted for now. Oh, it was rated T. The game was rated T. I did not realize that. Yeah, that makes sense why they're making these jokes. So sound alert's got to be muted for now. I'll see what's up with them. I might have to connect it to some degree, but yep, no sound alerts for now. Because the phrasing button broke. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client, but with the victim, Mr. Shady Smith. Not only did she cheat, she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine altercation between her and the victim.
What?
Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you?
Time for justice. There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, that means I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder.
Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
It appears she lost, consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice,
Your Honor,
it seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith.
and that means
This court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it. I held out.
I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries.
Mr. Wright? You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means? Whoops.
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? Raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook? Ridiculous.
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know, Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night.
As was said before, we alternate between two decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The two decks at the club have different colored backs, blue and red. One color per deck. Why use different colored why use different colored backs? If we use the same color, the two decks might get mixed. You use different colors and they still got mixed up. We used the red deck for the last game.
I see. But that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you are using the blue cards.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. In the end, one card of the wrong color got mixed and got into the mix. Which means there was cheating.
Yes, a card slipped into the deck would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises two serious questions. Apollo?
Yes?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped? When? There are three broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after the murder.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? Might be as simple as you think, Mr. Payne. Or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped? I want to know what card is swapped. Because I don't remember exactly which one it was. I think it's the King of Diamonds? Yeah, okay, it's the King of Diamonds. So, the King of Diamonds is on top there. Okay. Fun fact, the phrasing is still going on. Because I can see the volume for the sound alerts. It's still going. It may be going on for 10 years at this rate. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Alright. I've got an idea. It's one of the two now. I don't think it's before the murder. I'll say that much. Yeah, I think once my streaming service, or once my streaming software is taken down, I'll be good. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe he'll keep screaming to me. When was the card swapped into the deck? Now, if we're talking into the deck, that would probably be before the murder. Into his hand. Well, wait. Well, by her statement, it's before. Hands down. It's before. However, by the look of the way it's set out, it's either after or during. Because the card's on top. I think it's after. I think it's after the murder. I think it's used there to try and set Pheonix up. Perhaps it happened after the murder, No? Okay.
What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
Take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even when the backs of the cards are a different color? If you pulled that during the game, you'd be caught in no time. Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown. After the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Who indeed? That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card? Who? The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room. Alive, that is. What's crazy is the fact you're growing hair on every part of your head but the center. Funny enough, Jaren, I read that comment and at first didn't think you were talking about pain. The defendant, Pheonix Wright, and our waitress, Olga Orley. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? Had to be Pheonix. Had to be. The one who swapped the cards was Mr. Wright. It was you, wasn't it? And why would I do such a thing? It was totally Leon. It's totally Leon. Well, because, maybe you were trying to hide the fact that you cheated?
That would make sense, but the swapped card was in the victim's hand.
No, it's a genius answer. My answer's terrible, but Leon always does it. It's always fucking Leon. Every time. We know this. Oh. Sorry. I'm a nice guy, but I'm not that nice. Come to think of it, he would lack a motive for helping his opponent to win. Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue? I don't think it was her. That's too blatantly obvious. Secondary Star Fox character? Oh no, Leon's in Danganronpa. You'll learn about Leon real quick in Danganronpa. And that's why he's a giant gag for us. Mm-hmm. You know about Leon. We all know about Leon. Once again, highly recommend you go to the old VOD channel and watch the playthrough of Danganronpa. We will at some point play through it again. I don't know. I don't think I even know of the Leon and Star Fox. The one who swapped the cards wasn't Mr. Wright, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem like it could have been Olga Orley either.
What are you suggesting?
It's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it only makes sense for you to name Miss Orley at this point. Yes, I know. But she was the one who dealt the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. If the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Okay, he's in Team Star Wolf. Okay. That explains it. Wolf's the only one I know out of that unit. Wait a minute, you're telling me Leon works with Wolf? That's not right. I would never. I would never. I would never. I know Wolf's his boss, but I would never allow him anywhere near my team. After the things he's done to me, never. There's a Leon in this Ace Attorney? Oh. I don't remember Leon in the old one. I don't remember Leon in the old Ace Attorney games. Something you'd like to share with the court, Mr. Wright? Oh, my apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking how much fun all this is.
Fun? How about confusing? I've no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it? Precisely. The question is also, how the fuck do we stop the sound alerts, damn it? Here's one way to probably stop it. I'm just gonna do this, and then do this, and I'm gonna click OK. Yep, that stopped it. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna click OK. Okay, I've stopped it. I don't know what'll happen if you click sound alerts. Like any of the sound alerts, if it'll just go on loop again. But I have stopped it for now. Oh, yeah, the lion. Okay. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. Yeah. Yup. I remember. Yep. Because I do believe I made a Leon joke when that happened. I do believe we made our normal Leon jokes. Oh, excuse me. I believe we're about to see this case take a new direction. A new direction? We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. And that someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the only one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card. Right. The person replaced the fifth ace with a king. Sure, whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a fifth ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem. According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True, not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a fourth person. Though, it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on one certain assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem. Yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess.
Oh yeah, every day's got to be boring as hell, and then Pheonix is in the courtroom, and he's like,
"Oh, this is going to be good. Good material for the fanfic."
He's already got a pianist Pheonix in the fanfic somewhere now. We know it.
Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess. You have to edit my latest work.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well. The trial will resume in 20 minutes.
What do we think is the name for the judge's Wattpad account? What do we think? What's the username? April 20th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Well now, I'd think you would know the answer to that. You feel insulted since you've written on Wattpad recently? What do you mean? It's not insulting. There's some good. Here's Pokerhead of courtroom number 3. It's just all one word. I mean, there's some very few times there's good writing on Wattpad. Then there's everything else on Wattpad. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I've no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph. Almost got 100,000 reads on Wattpad. There you go, Jaren. You're getting it, man. Man, everybody over here writing on Wattpad. I'm sitting here in my Zen writer. Fun fact, I'm on chapter 8 now. I've written... What was I up to? 63,000 words? Or 6,300 words? 13 pages in, I think. Something around there. And on the homepage, I once saw literal stories about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's relationship. No, those are just scripts for Hallmark movies. And I wish I was joking. Justice. Yes, sir. The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me. Stories are under your friend's account? Ah. And you have 607,000 reads on Inkstone. You think about 50,000 on Scribblehub? Damn, Jen, look at you. You're getting close to the mill total. You're getting close to the mill. You did well, Apollo. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? To go by year's end? You got that. By year's end, you gonna fucking have it, man. You got a milli with ease. Hell, you might have it before September. Mostly FNAF related? Hey. Fitting right in on Wattpad. You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. Let's picture my daughter in there. Oh, look at her! Yeah, that's definitely Pheonix's daughter. Look at that top hat. I'm just surprised to hear you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? What do you think? Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. I never. Honest. But it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night, still win. Poker. Huh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent, and that's why he's undefeated for 7 years. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. Poker is like trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. You're kidding! That witness, for instance. Miss Orley? She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. It's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know. I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. What? I knew it. I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. I need your power. My, power? I had no idea my cords of steel were that special. It's time. Real trial begins now. Do your best. To be continued. Oh, love it. Oh, man, does that take me back. When you get that to be continued, woo! Is there anything better? I think not. And you know what's even better than a good, there we go. You know what's better than a good old, to be continued? A good old cliffhanger to end stream on. Hey! I am happy we got through all of that. You got to expect the cliffhangers with Pheonix right back. You got to expect it. He's turned into a less well-dressed Edgeworth. I won't go that far. Yeah, we are going to stop there for today. Good old cliffhanger. I think it's a perfect ending given we got through the first chapter of this episode. So, perfect spot to call it for next week. But next week, hopefully, we can get even further in. Maybe even through the trial. Probably not. Let's be real. I'm not that quick. But tomorrow, we will be back for some of the Pokemon Yellow Hardcore Nuzlocke. Then, next week, gonna be the same schedule as we are now. So, So yeah, it'll be everything the same. Don't expect any fucking changes. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. Actually, there might be a change. Because things YouTube channel related, not Twitch related at all. So, yeah. Just, you'll find out Friday. You'll find out tomorrow. So, we'll talk more about that tomorrow night. Oh, yeah. Then Saturday and Sunday we do have Mania. So, yeah, we'll be busy. We have the Mania reactions. I'm going to have to remember that. Because I know I'm going to forget if I don't keep in my head. Let me get the music going here. Let's go. Let's go with this. Make sure I don't blow my ears off. Yep. And for anybody wondering, we will do the reaction stream on both YouTube and Twitch. That'll be on both. So you can pick which one you want to watch it on. Yeah, just keep it in the brain, Dash. I need to keep in the brain. But with that, that's gonna bring us to the end of this one. Jaren, G-Man, Dash, who else was here? Francisca Von Karma. Once again, thank you for the follow. The queen herself of the courtroom. With that, I believe that's everybody. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. If you're watching after the fact or just chilling in chat, appreciate you too. Appreciate you guys. I will see you next time.